Hey guys, it's Jess. Long time no see. So yeah, I'm finally getting around to making the Stranger Things season 2 Comic-Con trailer. I cannot believe it's been almost about a month and I still haven't seen the trailer or reacted to it. I kept, wanting to watch it, but I was like, I have to record it, and I just was never in the mood to record recently because I've been super busy. I'll be making kind of like a life story video. Soon after this, probably sometime this week. I've been dealing with some stuff, so kind of will better explain my absence. But for now, I'm really, really excited. Even the icon on this thing looks, God. I'm also really actually glad that I kind of waited to watch this because I'm just now getting autumn, Halloween vibes. They usually hit me around August time, and Stranger Things is coming out in October, and I have a feeling they're gonna kind of, it's always felt a little bit autumn and Halloween to me, but I feel like they're probably gonna rock a Halloween episode, I believe, or so. So I'm really excited to watch this. I'm glad that I waited a little bit because it's getting closer to that time of the year, Oh my God, I'm really nervous. I don't want it to be like a letdown. It's not gonna be a letdown. It's Stranger Things. Oh, by the way, I bought I am going to be doing kind of like a cosplay type video when October rolls around because I bought an 11 dress and I'm going to be 11 for Halloween. It all started because when I was in Minnesota visiting family, I went thrift shopping and I found this like Eggo waffle syrup dispenser, and I was like, yeah, I gotta buy that. That's gonna be great for my costume. Okay, anyways, I'm babbling like usual. So here it is, Stranger Things Season 2 Comic-Con trailer. Oh God. Oh, it's almost...
We gotta do this? Let's engage.
Oh my God, I'm fucking dying. They're all so cute. Ugh, I miss Dustin so much. Oh, fuck no. Oh, yeah, he's still seeing shit.
Hey guys, do you see
no. Oh my God. Yeah, save 11. Oh my God, this looks so dope. I'm so excited. Ooh. Giving me the Mist vibes. Or End of the World. What's that movie with Tom Cruise? Oh, this looks so good.
Nothing's gonna go back to the way that it was.
Oh, Jonathan's walking. Oh my God.
Not really.
Okay. I hate when they do that to you. I paused it. I hate when they do that to you. Like, they put so many small clips at once and they're all like super important. Like Jonathan walking away from Nancy. Ooh, there's still something there. And she's probably with Steve. And like, he's like, all angsty about it. Oh shit. And I stopped right on. Is that Will? Okay.
I saw something.
Oh,
What is it?
Yes! Halloween.
No. I felt it everywhere.
Darkness.
We actually get to see him act more.
The midnight hour.
Oh, yes, Halloween vibes. I'm so excited.
Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood.
Their dresses
Whosoever
freaking
shall be
Ghostbusters.
found
Sometimes I feel like I still see her.
Oh,
stand
she's
and
there.
face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell.
Oh my God.
Whatever's happening is spreading from this place.
What does it want?
Not me.
Oh my God. I can't, my brain's freaking exploding.
Wake up!
No, this is too much. Oh my God.
If you're out there, just please give me a sign.
my god! Yes, bitch! I literally cannot process what I just heard. How did I put this off for 3 weeks? Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Okay, so holy crap. Oh my god. Okay, so 11 obviously is coming back. You know that when she's putting her hand through the wall, the minute she does, she's gonna get like sucked back in or have to run away or something. Like, oh god. And then, okay, so I'm like not trying to pick sides, but I kind of am going to pick sides. I have certain favorites, like certain pairings that I like, and I just love Nancy and Jonathan working together. So that solo shot of them like looking like badasses again got me so hyped. And then the Halloween vibes. I'm such a sucker for Halloween. Like I'm the hugest Halloween freak. It's ridiculous. And just the cinematography and the like, I did not think that they could get a better look. Like they can make things look cooler, but they fucking did. Like they did. They made it look cooler. How is that possible? I feel like I'm insulting Stranger Things season 1 by even saying that, but it's possible apparently. And okay, so oh my god, I literally am blown away. Like I could just live off that trailer. I'm gonna rewatch that trailer 9,000 times and dissect every part of it because I have no life. Hey guys, okay, so it's been a few weeks since I've made that. Clearly, most of you can probably tell I've been super busy, so I haven't been able to upload anything, but I just now took the time to really dissect the Season 2 Comic-Con trailer. I'm also a little sick, so sorry if I'm not like, oh, like usual. It hurts. I just took the last like 15 minutes to dissect the Season 2 Comic-Con trailer because I wasn't able to do it when I first initially reacted to the trailer. Like I reacted to it in normal time and dissected it in normal time, but I didn't get the chance to like really stop and go, which I really wanted to do, and I'm so glad I did because I have so many theories, and I figured why make a separate video about that? Just put it in the same video. People can choose to watch it or not. So hi, long time no see, and I'm just gonna kind of go over some of the stuff that I pulled as the trailer went on. So some of my stuff might circulate back and forth to each other, my ideas and whatnot, but that's because some of the ideas, like some of the things I saw at the end of the trailer kind of play into some of the things I saw in the beginning, but I wrote down my notes in a way where it was like, if you watch the trailer, you can go along with my notes to the trailer itself. So, okay. So the first thing I noticed is in the beginning, and this theory was sparked to me by somebody I talked to on Instagram. I don't know the name of the person. I'm so sorry. Very sweet girl, very awesome. She likes Harry Potter and she likes Stranger Things. She's a perfect person in my book. But my phone's dead, so I can't look up the name of the person. But if that's you, shout out below so I can talk to you and whatnot. But yeah, she sparked this idea in my brain. She told me about this theory about how in the beginning, when you see the kids playing that game, with the arcade game, and they're playing a knight who's fighting a dragon in the dragon's lair, the knight dies at the end. And that begs the question, is this game supposed to be a representation like the Dungeons and Dragons game was in Season 1? Because in Season 1, what happened in the Dungeons and Dragons game essentially is what happened in the Stranger Things universe. So, is somebody going to die? I really hope not. I will throw the biggest fit, but just because someone dies doesn't mean that they can't come back in this kind of genre, so I'm not going to freak out too much yet, mostly because I'll go crazy. I swear to God, don't hurt my children, but but yeah, so that was a good question. What I thought of further on top of that when I was looking at the video is that the person who was fighting the dragon, I think it was Dustin playing the game. So that begs the question, is it Dustin who dies? But he was playing a knight. And at the end of Season 1, at the end of the very last episode, they say, what about the lost knight? So is is the knight in the game supposed to represent the lost knight? And if so, who were they referring to at the end of season 1 as the lost knight? Because originally I thought it was Hopper, because he was kind of making deals with, the shady people in order to do the right thing and help the kids out and whatnot. But also, could the lost knight still be Will? Because he is lost. He's still lost in the Upside Down in a sense. So who's the lost knight? Does the video game knight represent that lost knight, or is it Dustin, or is there nothing there at all? I don't know, but I really hope there's nothing there at all, because I really don't want to see somebody die. But it is a popular theory, and I feel like it makes sense, and that scares the shit out of me. I also made a comment about how I love the 80s video games. I love 80s video games. I was a big fan of Pac-Man growing up, so it's really cool to see that aesthetic brought in. I love arcades. I still gravitate towards them when I'm at like hotels and stuff, but they're never as cool as, the old 80s arcades that you'd see. So that was really awesome. I like, I keep wondering how they're going to bring more 80s aesthetic in, but the 80s is pretty aesthetic, so they have a lot of that going on. And also, another side note, I thought it was pretty funny how the first time we see Will in the trailer, he looks like Joyce. Like, he has that green jacket on and a striped shirt and, like, jeans. He, like, legit looks like Joyce from the first season. So, the costume department definitely knows how to make the kids look like they came from the parents they're supposed to come from. Okay, so another note. Sorry if I'm looking down a lot. I want to make sure I'm getting everything. I also wrote that I really love the red and blue lights with the monster in the sky. That was aesthetically really cool. It kind of reminded me, like I mentioned earlier when I initially watched the video, of kind of the End of the World movie. I forgot who it's with Tom Cruise, kind of versus The Mist. And also, it reminded me of, for some reason, of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I don't know if maybe that was like the color scheme that they went with, but like all the flashing lights and whatnot in the sky kind of reminded me of that Steven Spielberg movie. So that was really awesome. And then I also wrote down that we see like a 2-second clip of somebody leaving Hawkins. They're clearly driving past a sign that says leaving Hawkins, and it looks like it's Joyce's car. Is that the end of the show? Is she leaving with her kids? Is she leaving without them? Is she leaving at all? I don't know, but it begs a good question. And a lot of the times when I was watching the trailer, a lot of things looked like ending shots, the kind of shots that you'd see at the end of the episode. And that was definitely one of them. And I can't tell if it would necessarily be at the very, very end of the show, but it definitely looked like a cliffhanger. So I wonder, is Joyce leaving? Is she not? What do you guys think? Also, when I was watching the trailer initially and Mike was looking at that empty seat in the classroom, for some reason I thought he was thinking of 11. But why would he be thinking about 11 when he's looking at an empty classroom seat? She didn't go to class with him. So another theory I had while watching this is Will the one to die? If there is someone who dies. Or does he leave again? And I think that theory is further brought on by the fact that we see him later on in the trailer in like almost like a government room with like, the same kind of things 11 had on her head with Joyce sitting next to him. And clearly he's having some stuff going on. So I have a feeling he's going to be calling out of school a little bit. So it begs the question, what's really going to happen to Will? Let's see, what else did I write? And also, what if that connects to the car leaving? Yeah, like what if the empty seat is indication that at the end of the show, Joyce takes Will and Jonathan and they all leave. I mean, shit, that's what I would fucking do, wouldn't you? If like your kids and stuff had gone through that in that town, I'd be like, peace, time to leave. So I think that was another theory I wrote down, which is that the car leaving Hawkins was Joyce and her family, and then the end of the series is going to really be with Will being taken out of the picture completely, whether that's with death, or his mom just taking him. I really hope that nobody dies. I'm going to say that 1,000 times because it will literally break my heart if somebody ends up dead in this season. Also, I originally, when I was watching this, thought that Nancy was talking to Steve in that little clip where he was walking away. I mean, Jonathan. But now I think that it's actually Steve looking at it. But I could be totally wrong. All the haircuts and like the clothing looks the same for this decade. So I don't know. But either way, there's definitely trouble in paradise. And you can even further put out that theory with the fact that like they showed a clip of Nancy and Steve enjoying themselves at a party, and then after that she's like crying in a bathroom, which yeah, trouble in paradise, which hate Steve. I'm sorry. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I will. I'm not one of those people that's like, just because I want two other people to really be together, I'm going to hate this person. I'm not that kind of TV viewer. So I'll give him a chance. If he keeps following through at the way, like the same way that he did at the end of season 1, then fine. I'll give him a chance. But I don't have too much faith because assholes typically tend to still be assholes, at least in the television world. So we'll see what happens with Steve and Nancy, but I'm hoping that it's nothing good. Sorry. Let's see. And then I also wrote down, we see Joyce with Will in what looks to be a very government agency building, similar to where Eleven was in all her flashbacks. Does she ask them for help? And that's my thoughts, because who else would you really have to go to if your kid's zoning out and clearly like coming like in this world at one moment and then in the upside down at another moment going fucking insane? Who else would you go to but the only people that have probably the answers, which are the bad guys? So I feel like that's how I think the guy who plays the main bad guy, blonde-haired bitch, I forgot his name, I think it's Matthew Modine who plays him, I might be wrong, but I feel like that's how the agency is going to really come back into play, is when Joyce has to reach out and seek their help in order to help Will. So that's another theory that I have. I also wanted to shout out again to Nancy and Jonathan and Hopper and Joyce working together. Those are probably my two favorite, like, aside from the kid group working together, I absolutely love the dynamics between Nancy and Jonathan and Joyce and Hopper working together. I feel like their characters play so well off of each other. Like, you get so hyped when you watch them starting to figure shit out and, like, go about doing things with each other. So I'm really excited about that. Let's see. I also wrote down that all those papers with the drawings where, you know, you were seeing like Will do drawings on like almost of what looked like monster tentacles or something like that, and they were all scattered along his bedroom. Well, if you look at towards the end of the trailer, they end up on the wall, and we all know Joyce likes to hang up shit. So I have a feeling that somehow that image leads them to some kind of answer, and that's why it's hung up. They're all trying to kind of piece it together, maybe as a team, and then they see something that's in those collected images, and that's how they get an answer that they're supposedly maybe looking for, that they need. My voice is killing me. And then I wrote down, so the scene with Will zoning out in a circle of friends. Obviously he can go to and from the upside down with his mind. It doesn't look like it's by choice, obviously, but I mean, that begs some questions. Is he opening up the portals? Is the fact that he can still go in between these places maybe why these openings are still springing up everywhere? And is his death the only thing that can close it? That's one of the questions that I was wondering. And this is all speculation, of course. And that also begs the question, and I've said this since day one when the season ended, is he going to be the one to save Eleven? Or is his death, or is his presence, or is that ability he has what's going to bring Eleven back? Because if you look carefully, he ends up in the upside down and he's running through the school halls. And where does Eleven find a portal to come through? The school halls. So I have a huge feeling that where he is in the upside down is where the portals open up in the real world. And it's how Eleven is going to really come through. And I also have a feeling that something is going to happen to him, because I could be totally wrong, but when I was watching the trailer, it looks like the plaid kind of striped-ish shirt that he wears when he's in the halls running and he's in the school at the end of the trailer is what Eleven is then wearing at the end of the trailer. So how did his shirt get onto her? Did something happen? Did he give it to her in a last moment to save her? This is all speculation, but it definitely looked like his shirt on her. So again, I'm getting a lot of my theories are semi-circling around the idea that Will either dies or something not good happens to him. And if he does die there, do the portals close? Do things stop? Not if there wants to be a season 3, but you get my point. We also see Hopper in the Upside Down. I really hope that we get to see things about his kid this season. But when he's in the Upside Down by himself, you know, Hopper's clearly like the hero of the story, and heroes tend to die. Yikes. And I did think that he was the representation of the Lost Knight, so that's another speculation. And also, when I feel like when someone goes to the Upside Down by themselves, they're doing it for a personal reason, right? Because if he was doing it to save Will, then I feel like everybody else would be with him, or at least Joyce would be with him. So why is he there on his own? Does it have to do with his daughter? That's my question. I know we do see a bunch of other people in the Upside Down at the end of the trailer. It was really hard to make out who it was, but what I got from it was I could definitely make out Mike and Lucas and Dustin, but the other two I couldn't. I'm just assuming they kind of looked like Joyce and Jonathan, which would make sense because those would all be the same people who would probably want to go help and get Will, right? So that even furthers my speculation that Will ends up getting stuck in the Upside Down again, that he probably runs in with 11 and that everybody goes down to find him. Yeah, so I think that that's definitely going to happen, and probably most likely towards the end of the season. And what else did I write? Oh, that was it. Yep. So, big theories. Rounding them up really fast. If I were to speculate, actually, let's do that. If I were to speculate what was going to happen, this is what I think is going to happen. I think the season's going to start off with them all back in their normal kind of sphere of everything. You're going to have remnants of them missing 11, and then you're going to start seeing all the weird stuff creep in with Will kind of seeing the Upside Down in his everyday life. You're going to see Nancy and Steve having a good old time until there's trouble in paradise, and then the stuff with Will is going to get worse, and Joyce is going to have to seek out the help of those crappy ass people in the government, and I have a feeling they're not going to give him much help. And then I think that he's gonna get stuck in the Upside Down, and everybody's gonna have to go get him, and that he's gonna run into 11 while he's there, and he's gonna help her, and maybe they'll fight the monster together, and he'll die, and 11 will come through at the very end into the real world, and that will be the cliffhanger for season 2. I have a feeling I'm also going to be wrong about a lot of those things, but those were the things that I really picked up on. So hopefully you guys have seen some things that you can talk to me about. Feel free to leave your comments below and comment on anything I've said or add to anything I've said. I would love to talk about it. I actually have free time today, so yep. Bye guys.